we are going to bend the knees and open the knees out to the side so the soles of the feet are touching. You might want to decrease the distance between your hips and your heels. So you might want to bring your hips slightly forward. We are going to interlock the fingers around our feet. Drop the knees even lower if we can. Roll the shoulders back and down. You can stay here. We would stay here for 5 breaths. Or if you want to, as you exhale, see if you can open your elbows out, pull your chest slightly closer toward your heels, and aiming to bring our elbows down toward the mat. So choose your option. We stay here for 5 breaths. Now let go of your feet. We are going to keep the right leg where it is. We are going to bring our left foot slightly closer toward us. You can either hold on to your foot with your 2 hands, or if you want to, bring your left foot to rest against your right elbow and wrap your left arm around your left knee. Interlock your fingers. Now you can stay here if this is enough of a stretch, or if you want to, slightly rock the leg from side to side. And as you exhale, bring your left foot back down onto the mat. We are going to do the same thing on the other side. So bring your right foot closer toward your chest. Either hold on to it with your 2 hands, or rest your right foot against your left elbow and wrap your right arm around your right knee. We can rock the leg here from side to side. And as you exhale, bring your right foot down. Now bring your knees together. Keep about a foot distance between your feet. Bring your palms behind you. Fingers are pointing toward your body. We are going to lift the hips off the floor, aiming to bring our thighs and our chest parallel to the mat. So we are essentially coming into this reversed tabletop. We are looking in front of us. We stay here for 5 breaths. And as you exhale, we drop the hips down. You can repeat the same version, or we are going to try to lift one leg up when we are in the reverse tabletop pose. So whenever you're ready, inhale, lift your hips off the floor. And if you want to, straighten your left leg, point your toes toward the ceiling. We stay here for 5 breaths. And as you exhale, drop your left foot down. Slowly bring your hips down onto the mat. We are going to do the same thing on the other side. So whenever you're ready, lift your hips off the floor. You can stay here, or if you want to, straighten your right leg, point the toes of your right foot up toward the ceiling. And we stay here for 5 breaths. And as you exhale, bend your right knee, drop your hips down onto the mat. Now increase the distance between your feet, and we are going to drop both of the knees down onto the left side. Inhale, bring your knees back to the center. Exhale. exhale, drop the two knees down to the right side. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, drop the knees over to the left. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, drop the knees over to the right. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, drop the knees over to the left side. This time we are going to turn our body to look behind us as well. You might stay here supporting yourself with your palms, or you perhaps want to drop down onto your elbows. The two knees are still pressing into the mat, or you might want to straighten your arms here and bring the forehead down onto the mat. Choose your option. We stay here for 5 breaths. Now inhale, slowly lift yourself up. Come back to the center. Drop your knees over to the right side. Twist your body to look behind you, and as you exhale, bring yourself perhaps down onto your elbows, or straighten your arms and bring your forehead down onto the mat. We stay here for 5 breaths. Inhale, slowly bring your palms back to the center. Bring your knees back to the center. We are going to come onto our stomach now. So turn around to lie on your stomach on the mat. Now we are going to rest the forehead on the mat. And we are going to extend our arms out. So our shoulders and our whole arms are pressing into the mat. Now as you inhale, turn your head to look over to the left side. Lift your left foot off the floor. Keep your knee bent and see if you can drop your left foot behind your right leg on the mat. You might need to lift your left shoulder off the floor slightly, and that is okay, as long as you keep your right shoulder and your right arm pressing into the floor. Now inhale, slowly come back to the center, straighten your left leg, bend your right knee, rest your left cheek on the mat, looking toward your right arm, bend your right knee and bring your right foot down onto the mat behind your left leg. We stay here for 5 breaths. Now inhale, slowly come back to the center. Rest your forehead on the floor. Keep your legs straight. Bring your arms toward your body. Now we are going to bend the right knee. Bring our right heel close toward the butt and hold on to our right foot with our 2 hands. We stay here for 5 breaths. Now from here we are going to see if we can lift the right knee off the floor. So as you inhale, lift your right knee off the floor while keeping the right hip pressing to the mat, and our forehead is still resting on the floor. And as you exhale, drop your right knee down, drop your right foot down. Bring your left heel close toward your butt. Hold on to your left foot with your two hands. Keep your left heel pressed toward you. We stay here for 5 breaths. Now as you inhale, see if you can lift your left knee off the floor. The forehead stays pressing to the mat. We stay here for 5 breaths. And as you exhale, drop your left knee down, drop your left foot down. We are going to combine these two. So this time we bend both of the knees, bring the two heels close toward our butt. Reach for each foot with our one hand. And whenever you're ready, as you inhale, lift the two knees off the floor. The forehead remains resting on the mat. And as you exhale, drop the two knees down, drop your feet down, bring your forearms beside your body. And whenever you're ready, inhale, lift your head and your chest up, coming into Sphynga pose. We stay here for 5 breaths. And as you exhale, bring your chest down. We are going to come into a cobra pose now. So keep your arms where they are. As you inhale, lift your head and your chest off the floor. Slowly lift your elbows off the floor as well. Straighten your arms. Look straight ahead in front of you, or if you want to, look up toward the ceiling. We stay here for 5 breaths. And as you exhale, slowly lower your chest down onto the mat again. Now, interlock your fingers behind your back, straighten your arms, and the last back bend we are going to do is we are going to inhale and lift up our head and our chest off the floor while pulling our hands away from us. We stay here for 5 breaths. And as you exhale, slowly drop your chest and your forehead down onto the mat. Bring your palms beside your chest. Slowly lift yourself up onto all fours into a tabletop position. Now bring your knees out toward the edges of the mat. Bring your big toes together. Drop the hips down onto your heels and bring your chest down toward the floor, extending your arms.